Hey guys, Sav here. It's the next day, picking back up where I left off last night. A couple things before I get started. One, I feel like absolute crap, so I'm sorry if I sound that way. I'm fairly sick. I think I mentioned it a little bit yesterday, but it just got worse overnight. And yeah, so if I sound shitty, it's because I feel shitty. Second thing, just a little, again, maybe some bragging. I happened upon, I think I showed that I had gotten a second permanent bank access express in one of my previous videos. Well, I sold it, and I bought a permanent self-style hair kit. So, ultimate role player status
That's not
achieved.
how nature works, changing its mind at the last minute. Nature plows on through.
So yeah.
Somebody must have been messing with energies.
So if I have different hair for every video, you'll know why. Anyway, so picking back up exactly where we left off, or just about where we left off. I'm not exactly sure the exact location. We have to hit all of these green stars on the map. One more thing just to go over before I get started here. This is not my first time in the map. It's my first time with this character in the map, but it's not my first time in the map. I've already gotten the what is it called? The mastery point. The mastery for counter magic for this map. So at some point in this video you'll see that you're going to it'll kind of touch on, or it might be next video, I don't remember. It'll kind of touch on that you need to have specific mastery or whatever to continue. It's basically well, I'm not gonna spoil anything right now. You'll see in the future, but I already have it, so we're not gonna have to worry about that. Also means I can pick these little orbs up as I'm going, which you can't do before you have the mastery. So you'll see I'll be grabbing these orbs as well. Maybe grabbing these orbs as well. They get map currency, so. And away we go.
Members of the Pact!
Bloodstones! Commander, are you still alive?
Gods have mercy. They've been consumed by Bloodstone magic. May Grant guide them to the next world in peace. Feel the fury!
For the record, you don't actually have to kill these guys.
It all makes sense now.
But I did. Let's see. So okay, so we did that. There's another one on the ground somewhere, I believe. I thought it was over here, but maybe it's over here. Or no, it's over here. Okay.
White mantle. But they're different.
The magic is mine.
Be ready to run. No way!
Put a cooldown. At some point they put a cooldown on backstab. I don't know why they did that. It's annoying. Sometimes if I whiff on the backstab, I have to wait for it to cool down. It's kind of annoying because it's on my auto attack.
Feel the... You'll be feeling that for days.
Anyway. Nearby cave for survivors. Did that search the surface for survivors. Scout the floating citadel and investigate the large chunk of bloodstone. What is the citadel? So we're going back up to this waypoint, float down again. I guess that's what you want to call it. It's a lot easier to take one of these updrafts up. It's like walking up. There's like traps on the way up and a bunch of enemies. And I'm just gonna float up, fly up, glide, whatever. A lot easier. One thing I didn't mention is the new skill tab, skill bar while I'm gliding. I now have attacks. It's only in this map. I can unlock them for the map currency. Oh my lord. As you can see, I don't want to fight these guys. You could get them for map currency. I mean, if this is the only map I can use them on, I don't really care to get them. If they put them in other maps, maybe I'll get them. As of right now, I don't care enough to get them. The auto attack comes with it, so actually the auto attack actually does a lot of damage too.
The blast must have released the spirits of the victims sacrificed on the Bloodstone.
Any reason for me to fight them? I can't get this door
Years
for
of
some reason.
imprisonment twisted their minds. They don't know friend from foe. The White Mantle will pay for this.
What is that? This is just one map. I'm gonna map complete too. I don't know if I'll do it on the Let's Play, but map complete. It's really easy way to get a possible key. I'm all about black line keys. As you can tell, oh, I missed. Anyway, mistake away. One thing I would definitely recommend before coming into this map, if you haven't done so already, is get the ley line mastery. Ley line gliding mastery. It's definitely helpful. However, you can get away with just updrafts. Ley lines can actually be a little annoying at times because you can't just like bounce off of them.
A large chunk of the Bloodstone still intact. And these foul things. This Bloodstone must have been larger than anyone imagined. What could have caused it to explode?
Fairly deadly blast.
New node in this map, Bloodstone crystals. They give you Bloodstone dust, which is crappy, but it also gives you the map currency, and then it also gives you a chance to get blood rubies, which is kind of another map currency as well. And I'll show you that vendor when I get there. The dailies also give you blood rubies. So it's definitely worth coming in and trying to do the dailies every day if you can. I don't do mine every day because I'm lazy. Continue my search for survivor. Actually, don't know where this wants me to go. Oh. Okay, that's what I was thinking of earlier.
I've never seen an explosion collapse on itself like that. Magic was inches from my face, and then it suddenly shot into the ground. You think a dragon was responsible?
I'm not sure yet. That's what I'm here to investigate. I want to get into that crater and find out why the blast reversed, and where the magic went.
Easier said than done. The area is swarming with White Mantle. We sent a patrol, but only one soldier made it back, and she's, not well.
What's wrong with her?
She was hit with magic unlike any we've seen. On the outside, she's fine, but it twisted her inside something fierce. She can barely move. She's been raving about floating purple stone monsters ever since she got back.
Stone creatures. That rings a White Mantle bell. Can you reach the Priory and see what they know about them?
Sure thing, Commander.
Have you seen Canuck?
Who?
He's a Sylvari. Tough, but well-spoken. Medium build. A bit cranky.
Can't say that I have. But I did see Kaith run through here like a centaur on fire. She wouldn't stop for anything. Just hauled tail through the war zone and was gone like that.
Thank you. I'll let the General know you're down here. We have to leave.
Real quick, if you guys don't know who Squad Leader Bennett is, he is the guy that you have to save in the raids. You save him at the end of Wing 2. I haven't actually completed Wing 2.
risks.
Actually, if I talk to him again, he gives you a bunch of background story on what happened in the raid.
Mersat preyed upon the weak and impressionable, who in turn worshipped them as gods. Calling themselves the White Mantle, these converts sacrificed innocents and toppled the Crichton monarchy. The chaos they inflicted on Tyria was short-lived. They were eventually crushed, and their scattered remnants went into hiding. But pockets of their fanatical followers have been operating in the shadows ever since.
That's kind of like a background on the White Mantle. Not so much to do with the raid, but you do kind of... You get that actual cutscene at the end of the raid. Without his voiceover. What happened in Forsaken Thicket?
Tell me what happened to your squad.
Our platoon was on
Forsaken
recon.
Thicket being the raid.
We found something at the north edge of Verdant Brink, so we pitched camp. The plan was to scout the area at dawn, so we turned in for the night. Everything went to torment in a town cart. There was an explosion, then screams. I grabbed my gear and ran out of the tent. Saw one of my men lit up like a winter's day bonfire. Sabbatha and her lackeys torched everything, laughing as they went. And then, blackness. I woke up with a splitting headache, caged like a dog. Kept my mouth shut and just watched them. After a few days, I told them I was ready to talk. Said I'd cooperate in exchange for the safety of my troops. Told them they could use me for hard labor or experimentation, didn't matter. I'd made my peace with Grenth. I was taken deeper inside, thrown in a pen with some others. They deprived us of food and water. Let their dogs snarl at our cages. At night, we heard the other prisoners begging for their lives before being cut open. The sky would light up and I would hear chanting. Over and over. I'm sorry, Commander. It stuck with me.
Kind of a spoiler happened while I was sitting here listening to that. You say the Jade constructs are spawning. That's not a huge spoiler, but you know, Jade. I mean, kind of if you know the backstory of Mersat, you know they always have Jade constructs. So there are Jade constructs again. So spoiler. Whoops, sorry.
What are you doing here?
After I was rescued, I notified the Queen about Salvation Pass. Then I regrouped with my squad and chased some White Mantle here.
So you were here for the blast?
Craziest thing. It exploded, then imploded. Like when you're a kid and you dangle spit from your mouth, then suck it back in.
I never did that.
Sure, me neither. But you know what I mean. When the explosion reversed, it was like it pulled at my soul.
And just one other thing, the Jade constructs are kind of like the meta event of this map. Though I don't know if there's an actual timer. I haven't figured that part out yet. Like every other world boss and like all the Hearthorn's maps, like all the main meta events are on a timer. I don't know if that's actually on a timer or not. How have you been since Salvation Pass?
How have you been since Salvation Pass?
I've been thanking Dwayna that the rescue team found me in time. If not for them, I'd be rotting in a ditch. I close my eyes at night. I can still hear the screams. Men, women, they spared no one. I lost count. Anyway, I made my way back to Falgear's camp and rejoined the squad. Saw the field medic and got checked out. Then we sent word to Queen Jenna about everything. Gave her and the Shining Blade as much information as we could. The Pact offered to put me on leave, but I turned it down. No way I'm giving these murderers a break. So we pursued a lead on White Mantle movement and tracked the pigs up here. Look what they've done to the place. It's shameful.
Just one thing that he had said there, he said, thank God the rescue team found me. That is because I have not completed Salvation Pass. If I have completed Salvation Pass, he would say, thank God you found me. So, just a little detail there, it's kind of nice. There's another NPC over here that will talk to you, give you some information.
Probably call for backup.
I couldn't do anything for them. The blast rotted their core. It's unlike anything I've seen. Any attempt at reversing the damage was futile.
Just need to follow his
Nothing helped, just a little. Nothing. They're gone, Commander. Shells of their former selves, driven by an unquenchable thirst for more power. It pains me to say it, but I fear the only treatment is death. Was Morica hit with the blast? She doesn't seem enraged like the others. No, she was outside of the blast with the rest of us. Whatever she was struck with was different. She is still herself, but suffering so much. She called for treatment, as it were. I thought she said more than that.
Please
but
believe me.
anyway, this is one of the 2 vendors on the map. This is the really good vendor, the one you actually want to go see. He's the one who takes the blood rubies, and you can get stat selectable rings, amulets, and backpacks. It also has the Heart of Thorns stats on them, like Vipers and so forth, which makes these things obviously super valuable, especially if you don't raid. So yeah, that's where you get. So that's one of the awesome things that they added. There is another vendor I will show you. I think I'm done down here. Share your findings with General Soul.
Is it as bad as it looks down there?
It's not good. White Mantle hit in the blast are mad with hunger for magical energy. They gather any scrap they can find.
The White Mantle? Could they have done this? And to what end?
I don't know. Maybe it was an experiment gone wrong. Maybe it was supposed to empower all of them and it went awry.
Whoever it was, we owe them our gratitude. That blast would have hit Lion's Arch, and they just rebuilt the place.
I'd hold off on the thanks until we know what their motive is. There's a pack squad down there. They've already established a camp and are trying to get a foothold in the area.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, it's not all good news. Some other pack members were also caught in the blast.
Just what the pack didn't need. More dead soldiers.
They're not dead, but they've been twisted by Bloodstone magic, just like the White Mantle.
They don't deserve that. They deserve peace.
I understand. I'd want the same if the roles were reversed.
Thank you, Commander.
Continue investigation.
So after I recorded this video, I realized I had mentioned that I would show you the vendor and vendor for the map currency, and I didn't do that. So I'm back to do that. I am on the airship. It's kind of how you get to the map. It is actually the only way to get to the map. The only way to actually get in the map is by doing the story or by buying something actually that this vendor has. There's actually no way to walk into this map, which I think is kind of annoying, but anyway. He sells a Bloodstone Fan portal scroll, which you can obviously give to any of your characters, and they can just come in here at any time. It's for 1,000 of the map currency and 50 silver.
I'm terrified to close my eyes.
Personally, if you have the story, I would just do the story. It doesn't take that long. You can kind of just skip through it pretty quickly. But yeah, what else does he sell? He sells the four other skills for the gliding. As you can see, I have bought none of them. For map currency and actually leyline dust or bloodstone dust. So it's actually a good way to get rid of some bloodstone dust. Then he sells Bloodstone Empowerment. Takes effect immediately upon receipt. Permanently gain 10% bonus experience in Bloodstone Fan and sex up to 3 times. I don't know. I personally wouldn't buy this, especially since I'm maxed out. Obviously, eventually I'll have to max out again, but in the meantime, I really have no use for this. And 5 gold is just a little too steep for something like that. Magic Warped Packet contains basic crafting materials with a chance to get ascended materials. That's actually a reasonable price of only 250 of the map currency, and as you can see I have over 4,000. I haven't spent any of it yet, but it's really, really easy to get. And 50 silver. Basically what that does is it gives you just crafting material, but it also has a chance to give you ascended crafting materials like Bolts of Damask and stuff like that. This one's even better. This is a Magic Warped Bundle. It's for 500 of the map currency and a gold. And with this you have a chance to get T6. Or actually I think you might just get T6. I'm not 100% sure. It's rare crafting material. You get T6 crafting materials, so like your vials of powerful blood and so forth. So actually both are a pretty good deal. Bloodstone Fen portal scroll going over already. Bloodstone Crystal Node. This is for your home instance if you want. It is pricey as hell. This is for like the complete total min-max completionist person. who just needs every node in their home instance. 10,000 map currency is a lot, even with how easy it is to get, and then 50 gold on top of that, which is kind of outlandish. I figure you can get a lot of the nodes right now, like the candy corn node, stuff like that. You can get them from laurel vendors. Now it costs laurels, 25 laurels to be exact, which is a little pricey for laurels, but it only costs, I believe, 10 gold. So yes, laurels are pricey because they, there's only one way to get them, and it's by logging in every day. So you can't like speed up the progress of obtaining laurels, but I don't know, 50 gold just sounds really high to me. Anyway, and then there's 3 minis: the mini Bloodstone Elemental, the mini Ghostly Justicar Habulon, and the mini GA Construct. 25, 2500, and 3750, all gold, or the GA Construct's a gold 50. I don't know why the GA Construct costs more. I don't know why. Preview them so you can see them. This looks like something you should get out of the raid, personally, but whatever. And that's... and Obsidian Shards, obviously. 100 of the map currency and 96 copper. That's actually a pretty good price. You're probably, it doesn't take long, obviously, now to get the Obsidian Shards you need for your legendary, so that's very nice. Like I said, that this, what is it called? The, Unbound Magic is really easy to get. You just need to come into this map, do the dailies, get your Bloodstone nodes, and do some events.